A very good morning. I am Anshul Bhatt, first year Eco Honors, and I am here to express my views on Independence Day. One Independence Day after another goes by, and more than 60 years have thus passed. While we engage in rhetoric and revelry on all important days, we need to pause and reflect. Is the quality of our lives better with each year? The answer is certainly no. But there is not much wisdom in playing the blame game. If you really have the courage, if your heart indeed beats for the nation, try taking a few steps. 100 years ago, in 1911, the Jan Gan Man, which later became Free India's national anthem, was sung for the first time at the annual convention of the Indian National Congress at Calcutta. The first Indian team and the first Asian team defeated a foreign team when they won the 1911 IFA Shield, defeating the East Yorkshire Regiment. Today, 100 years later, in 2011, the free India that we live in has not much to boast about, other than the figures on paper, which supposedly indicate our growth rate, and the millions in our kitty with which we go arms shopping. All our national symbols are in a state of extinction, death, or bankruptcy. The Maharaja is on the verge of closure due to bankruptcy. The tiger is on the verge of extinction. The national game hockey, yes, it isn't cricket, is gasping for air. Yes, a sense of apathy and gloom seems to be overwhelming us quite forcefully in the past few years, and our thoughts are guided by self-interest alone. Can we pause and think a bit? Can we do our bit? No, not because it is our Independence Day, but because our nation is our identity. From this point of view, let us take few small steps. What if we cannot change world at large? We can very well take our own small steps in our own lives. Just as we go about living our own private little lives, unmindful of others, so also we can go about doing our bit, unmindful of what and how are others doing. A simple example. Whenever we go about taking our shopping cart around the supermarket, let us think 3 to 5 times. Do we really need all those creams and those many conditioners? Can we have a little mercy on the suffocating rivers and other water bodies? Can we also pause before we act and react? Is it possible to detoxify our relationships? Let us accept the rights of others to do as they please and let off the instinct to control. This one small step will drastically reduce violence in our societies. There are roles for which we are paid and those for which we are not, at least not monetarily. We are engineers, doctors, teachers, bankers, and then we are fathers, mothers, sons and daughters. Is it possible to take small steps in the way we carry out the roles? Are the children given right values? Are they turning out to be humane, intelligent, capable, and well-balanced individuals? And what about the roles for which we are paid? If only every worker would have done his job, every minister his duty, every doctor, every teacher, and every person his role effectively, our nation would not have been on the verge of losing its national ethos within less than a century of its independence. Just a few minutes of reflection before we act, react, consume, spend, teach, produce, burst out, talk, write, and throw. The decision is a big one. The steps are small though. The impact will be huge. Nevertheless, Jai Hind.